and it's not recording. So I'm just going to keep talking. Hey, everybody, what's up? If you're around, join me. Super pumped about today's topic because it's one of my favorite topics. We're going to be talking about how tapping into your creativity through having more fun allows you to achieve even the most bold, audacious dreams. And sometimes these dreams you don't even know you have until you're tapped into creativity and fun. So, if you are around, say hello. If you catch this on the replay, of course, I always want to know you're around and would love to hear your thoughts. All right, so what this is about, not just growing your business or really, increasing your income or being more aligned with the work that you do. It's bigger than that because what's happening a lot of times where I work with a lot of coaches and leaders is they got the money thing down, your business is going well, but it's this other aspect, this part of you that is craving for deeper meaning, deeper fulfillment, more joy, more play, more creativity. And that often is what happens a lot of times with high achievers. It's very easy to become caught in the left brain, the logic, rational, systems, structures, which is great and it's important. But what often we're lacking is that part of us that is tapping into deeper levels of creativity and innovation and imagination. And that comes through playing more. So being in the energy of fun, because when you're in that energy of fun, that's when you're open to new ideas. That's when, this crazy idea to do this thing comes to you. And then you can take that idea and then you can start to allow the left brain, the logical side, to help guide you and say, okay, this is what you want, cool. These are the steps we need to take. These are the structures we need to put in place. Here's some systems that will help us stay on track so that you're having this amazing dance between the masculine and feminine energies. And really, that is the sweet spot, is having those parts of you, the imaginative, creative side, being supported by the logical, rational side. Often what happens with entrepreneurs and leaders is we tend to place a lot more emphasis on the logical, rational side of us. We get caught up in, researching and finding more, different strategies and in this place of like figuring it out and fixing it and modifying it, refining it, whatever it is. And it's a lot of times what happens in that place, when I've talked about this before, is that then you're cutting off your intuition, you're cutting off your imagination and creativity and inspiration. So that the things that you're creating, maybe they're bringing you more income, but they're not bringing you that place of really like tapping into your genius and into your mission and into, hey there, and into really your destiny. Like that is really what we're here for, is there's things inside of us that we often don't even tap into, and we oftentimes keep them blocked. And those things really only get accessed when you're in the energy of joy and play and fun. And what happens when you're doing that, and I'll share some stories, is then these ideas come that you didn't even know you had. And those are those big, bold, audacious dreams that add so much more meaning and significance and fulfillment to your life because they are really tapping into your purpose. So, for example, I have a couple stories I'll share. For me, I never really thought I would ever be on stage. It just wasn't something that, I never had that dream of like being a performer and being in, movies or whatever it is, just that I never was on, the school plays. It just wasn't me. But then I started, playing, going to some improv classes, and I was having so much fun that I kept taking classes. And next thing you know, I'm part of an improv group and I'm performing. And again, this didn't come from the logical part of my brain that was like, we need to perform, let's do this. This will be something that's important for your career. It was me being in the energy of creativity and curiosity and fun and keeping in that energy and following it. And next thing you know, I'm on stage. And now, I've done performances, not only improv, I've done spoken word poetry on stage. And all of those things came because I was following what I found was fun and what really was where the energy was. And again, like these are those ideas I didn't have access to until I was having fun. Another example, a colleague of mine shared a story about she really wanted to be a teacher. She didn't have any teacher training, any experience, any education in teaching, but she just knew, like, I think it'd be fun to be a teacher. So she actually was teaching a hip hop class, and a woman in the hip hop class said, "Oh, I love the way that you teach. Are you a teacher?" And she said, "Well, I teach hip hop." And the woman asked her to then apply to be a teacher at a private school. And so she ended up being a teacher at a private school, a substitute teacher at a private school for many, many years. And so she learned teaching through being a teacher instead of following, the logical path, which would have been like, you need to go to teacher training, you need to get an education, which would have been a years long path versus this was one hip hop class and later, and she's teaching. So she skipped years of steps and years of time, and her desire came like that. And that's the amazing thing about joy and about fun, is that you get to skip. You get to catapult to your big, bold, audacious dreams instead of having to follow all the logical steps that society and your left brain tells you need to take in order to get to what it is that you desire. And instead, you decide, this is the thing I want to do, because you're in the energy of fun. And then you can tap into your left brain to help you see, okay, cool, what's next? Because this is where I'm going. And you're using that energy of this is where I'm going. And then the left brain can help decide if there's certain steps or certain strategies or certain systems that would help you create the structure to stay in the energy of creation. So, and that's another part that I really work on with my clients is creating practices so that you're staying in that energy of creation and imagination, and then creating some structures to guide that next step, to guide where it is that you want to go. Because of course we need the imagination and creativity, but we do of course need the structure and the strategies and the systems to ensure that we're on the path to realizing what it is that we desire. But the desire comes from play. So can you see how it's all connected? All right, so I would love to talk to you all, especially if you're in that place where you have some dreams inside of you and maybe you don't quite know what they look like, but you're really craving pulling more from you, getting more out of life, bringing more meaning and significance and sense of fulfillment and play and passion ultimately to all that you're doing. So not just in your work, but in your relationships and in your activities, and really feeling like you're tapping into that deeper sense of purpose and destiny and genius. And through that, having a much bigger impact on the world and society, and really advancing positive social change ultimately is what we're all here for. So reach out to me. I would love to talk to you and look at what we can do with your business to really bring your biggest, boldest, most audacious, crazy desires into realization. Okay, talk to you all soon. Thank you for being here. Talk to you soon. Bye.